Okay, so we have Jean Bourdieu as the next presenter with Wi-Fi certification on NuttX.
Hello, everyone. This is John Bo.
We lost you.
Some connectivity problems. We will be
Yes.
back in a second. Okay, we are back online.
Yeah. So this time I would like to introduce the progress last year we contributed in NuttX for the Wi-Fi certification. So it's about the quick track porting on NuttX. So this is the overall content I would like to introduce this time. Firstly, I would like to introduce a little bit about the background of the Wi-Fi certification and the necessity. The second one is that our effort working on the NuttX to port the quick track for the NuttX verification. The next one is the how to use the quick track for the Wi-Fi certification on NuttX. So at the beginning, I would like to introduce some background of the Wi-Fi certification overview. So Wi-Fi Alliance announced this kind of tool to verify the Wi-Fi functionalities. It includes a text suite contains the test items like 802.11n and c, and also Wi-Fi Direct, PMF, and other key functionalities. So after you verify those kind of functionalities and get the certificate from the Wi-Fi Alliance, you can have this kind of logo, Wi-Fi certified, on your product. So actually, we are working on the AIoT device called a smart camera. So that camera is based on our sensors and together with a Wi-Fi MCU. So this is used for transmit our AI inference result to the cloud side. So it means that our device must be Wi-Fi certified. So we try to port the quick track and get through this process. So the necessary of Wi-Fi certification, we have those three items. The first one is interoperability. So because we have millions of devices, like millions of Wi-Fi routers on the market, so we have to apply those kind of compliance to make sure that our device can successfully connected to any of them. So it means the certification help the device from various markers work together smoothly. The second one is for the security. So currently we have two major authentication methods. One is WPA2, another is WPA3 to protect our networks and the data. So this time we use QuickTrack to verify both of them. The last one is the product quality. So it boosts the product quality for the Wi-Fi technical growth. So now comes to the second part for the Wi-Fi quick track introduction and how we did to port it on the NuttX. So from the quick track introduction, so we know that the quick track certification is a fast certification program developed by Wi-Fi Alliance for the product that have already passed the full tests. So it means that it cannot be done from the scratch. It must be some product already passed all of them. The second one is the scope of the applications. It covers the technical standards such as Wi-Fi 6 and also the Wi-Fi AGL multi-brand. The last one is the advantages. So it's a quick adapt to the market changes for some customer needs and shorten our certification time and also cut our costs. So based on those three factors, we decide to use the quick track for our verification. So besides the quick track, we also have different types of the verification. So Wi-Fi Alliance divided those verifications into 3 categories. The first one is the flex track. So it's designed for the complex products starting from the scratch and offer the flexible Wi-Fi customization. But the test must be done in the ATL. ATL means the authorized test lab. It cannot be done by our members test lab. So it's a start from the scratch generally. But the quick track is for the products already tested for Wi-Fi. So only with some specific functionality changes, we can be verified by either by the ATL or our member test lab. So it's good for the Wi-Fi certification 6, AC or N. So because we're working with our partner Espressive, so their product is already passed the full test. So this time we just use quick track to make it happen. The last item is for derivation. So it means that the products is using the existing Wi-Fi certified chips, like multiple laptop models, no need for the retesting. Because our camera is actually a new product, but using something from the Espressive. So this is the not our case. But when we are doing some kind of product upgrade, like the software upgrade, so there is might be no need for the quick check anymore. So this is the open source from the Wi-Fi Alliance about the quick check. It's published on the GitHub. So this is there are several projects. We just working on the Wi-Fi quick track control application C. So because our AIoT device is working mainly for the C programmers. So this is something that we try to port to NuttX. The target version here, we use the version 2.2.1. So it's published in 2023. So when you look into the latest update today, so the latest one should be somewhere like the 2.3.1, actually published early this year, sounds like in March. But when we start our project, this 2.2.1 is our latest version. So if you would like to use it today, so you may need to upgrade to 2.3.1. So regarding the platform selection, so as mentioned, we are using the Espressive's product based on extensor architecture. So this chipset named ESP32S3. So it's a Wi-Fi embedded GPU chipset. So you can get the dev kit from the market. Actually, it's very easy to get it from China. So the board name is called the ESP32S3 dev kit 3. So we use that dev kit to port the quick track on NuttX. At that time, currently our dev kit is based on the NuttX 12.4.0. So this is the major porting work on the NuttX. So we have actually 3 parts. The first one is the driver layer adaptation. So we have some API encapsulation, event handling, and network interface management. The second thing is some macro definitions. It's mainly for the platform conditional compilation. And the third one is some key components, like we are working for the Wi-Fi functionalities. It's like a AP mode, a station mode, and some network configuration adaptation. So regarding the source code we ported to the NuttX, so it's mainly based on the control application C as mentioned before, but we did some modifications. Well, firstly, we did some preliminary investigation. So we changed something is really need to run the quick track on NuttX. For instance, we did some partial command support for the Wi-Fi commands like the AR ping, IP link, BR control, IW, those kind of commands. And the second thing is that we work together with Espressive about the Wi-Fi supplicant integration. One thing is different here is that the Wi-Fi WPA supplicant is not running as a background service. It must be integrated directly, not via the sockets. The last thing is our using the customer interface logic. some functionalities must be implemented from scratch due to the platform limitations. You can see on the right side, these are the function list that we are working on. The red blocks, the functions, we just try to implement them. But the others, we try to ignore them because of our functionality. So after ported the code, so we are trying to build the NuttX together with those apps. So basically, it's not so difficult, but we met some problem about the build issue. The first one is that the SAMP header structure is different. We need to change it to match NuttX workshop network stack. And the second one is some symbol conflicts. So we need to rename some conflicting functions like the eloop init, eloop register timeout. The third one is that for the process spoiling. So we need to replace the pipe command to the Python functionality. So other than that, this is not so difficult to make it. And also considering the main modules of the quick track, we did some kind of investigation. So it contains those components. The first one is that the control interface setup. It initializes the application's control interface. And the event loop is the major loop. It handles the asynchronous operations. Actually, this is the, as mentioned, it have a symbol conflict, so we need to change the name. And the message handlers is the process the different type of the Wi-Fi messages. And the Indico API support enabled communication with the lower layer API. A command parsing is trying to parse the command just sending to the DOT device. And hardware configuration management is controlled the hardware interface. And the signal module capture the system signals. And the last one is the device status check the device state and the operational status. Actually, those are very typical functional components just provided by the quick track. So because we are working on the NuttX for the Extensa platform on the ESP32S3, so as previous speaker Ali mentioned, we have more than 400 boards supported and also so many architectures. So NuttX is quite powerful to cannot be only considered Extensa platform, but our product this time is quite limited, only work on the Extensa. So if you are working on other platform and you introduced interested in this kind of quick track Wi-Fi certification, you may need to consider to use on the like ARM or x86 those platforms. So please consider this kind of porting tasks. The first one is that try to make this kind of generic interface layer like a Wi-Fi hall.h and also the platform specific Wi-Fi.h. The second thing is that try to refactor our existing ESP32 Wi-Fi API.c to make it same as your architecture, your platform. And the third one is the event handling. In the network configure, need to apply the signal handling, considering the netlib interfaces. The last one is for the platform detection and the driver registration. So this is could be reused somehow from our porting activity. The last one is for the cross-platform validation. So this is also important for the testing. So currently, we try to use this solution for the AP station and the DHCP testing. And need small adaptation you can run on your platform to use some general verifications. So this is for the consideration about the porting on another platform. So the last part is how to use quick track for the Wi-Fi certification. So after the porting. So actually the Wi-Fi Alliance provided this kind of process. It's quite simple. So because we are using quick track, so it means that we have a previous project already passed the full test. So we can, as the first step, choose the qualified solution to develop product. For our case, we chose the the expressive ESP32S3. So it's already passed all the tests. And the second thing is our mainly for our efforts, try to complete the prescribed conformance testing. So this is something about run the test tool and get the result. The third step is try to report the measurements to the Wi-Fi alliance, and the Wi-Fi alliance will verify the measurements and finally issue the certificate. So this is how we verify the quick track with our real device. So you can see the small picture on the right side. So basically we have four things. The first one is for the test command, which runs using the TLV scripts and is triggered by the Python script. And the second one is the quick track application C we just ported on the NuttX. It's running on the DOT. It collects and then analyzes the test results. The third one is our test platform. So currently you can see a small router on the picture on the bottom left corner. So this is the router we can actually running with the OpenWRT, and we can change different configurations, like change between WPA2 and WPA3. The last one is the device under test. So the test flow is simply like we send a command via the Ethernet or the Wi-Fi to the DOT, and the DOT execute to try to connect the test platform from the different configurations and send back the result for the evaluation. So here is the quick track command we used. So you can see it's triggered by the Python script, and with the parameters for different commands, like the get control applications, get MAC address, get IP address. So you can see in the middle, so it's the NuttX shell. So we just interface up our WLAN 0 and try to call this quick track application. So the quick track application will launch, try to listen the command from the Python. So this is the scope we try to verify our Wi-Fi certification test items. So you can see that some items are passed, sometimes tests are failed. So you need to look into the failures and try to find out the cause and try to fix them before sending to the Wi-Fi alliance. So currently our device only support WPA2 and WPA3, but not all the profiles. We only working on the personal, but not enterprise. And also we run the PMF, but other test methods we didn't running the. If for your needs you need to have a larger scope, please try to check other test cases. Okay, that's all from my side this time, and thank you very much.